Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. It's the Eradicator, and today we are going to have another flight simulator video, and I am taking off from the little local airport in Saint-Malo, and I'm going to take you for a trip across the coast of well, we're going to leave Brittany and we're going to travel across the coast of Normandy in northwestern France for a treat, guys, because today we are going to see something that a lot of veterans are going to enjoy. Or maybe if you are the son, or if you are a child or a grandchild of a veteran who fought during World War II, I hope that you are going to enjoy this video, because I am going to take you to one of the most epic shorelines of maybe all of Europe, and of course we are going to go where the D-Day beaches did happen in Normandy. Yeah, so we're gonna have to turn around here because the sea is over there. I don't want to go far into Brittany. Let's go towards the other side. Let's go towards Saint-Malo. We'll go across by the Mont Saint-Michel and the Cotentin Bay. There we go. That is going to be a little trip today. We'll fly from Saint-Malo. We'll go across the Mont Saint-Michel Bay, cross the Cotentin Peninsula, and then we'll be arriving by the cemetery, the American cemetery of Colville-sur-Mer. We'll fly above the beaches and then land at the airport just south of Caen. An interesting little program. Let's enjoy the scenery. It's like a follow-up of the video that I did yesterday. I departed from my hometown, which you are going to see very soon. This is the Cap Fréhel here, which is a very interesting little cape that we can see from very far away. The big city that you can see on the other side of the Rance River is Saint-Malo. On the closer side where we are is, of course, Dinard. And we'll be going, you can see the bay over there. We'll be going all the way through the other side of the bay. We can see the shore is going far north. This is the Cotentin. We will go on the other side, which is where those beaches are located. I am absolutely having a thrill here. Flying in Flight Simulator. This is again real life weather. Normally I would suggest that you do the flight the other way around. I am flying from west to east because as I recorded this footage, it was about 4 p.m. in France, and when it's 4 p.m. in France, you want to have the sun in your back, not in front of you. Flying just above Saint-Malo. This is my hometown. Just below the plane is the Plage du Sillon, which is the beach I was going to every summer until I moved to Taiwan. I am extremely familiar. I can actually see my grandparents' house and my grandma's house from here. It is that amazing. That is how realistic. This game is. I can totally recognize the train line, some of the highways that go in and out, the stadium as well, which is like a regional football team there in the French 4th division. For those of you who follow football. Anyway, we are getting a little bit closer. We're not going to do a flyby of the Mont Saint-Michel, but we will definitely be seeing the Mont Saint-Michel on the side. For those of you who didn't watch yesterday's video, the Mont Saint-Michel is one of the wonders of Europe. It is it's an abbey that's about 1,000 years old, that was built over time. The current version that we have is from the 19th century, built under the reign of Emperor Napoleon III throughout the second part of the 19th century, but it is actually much older than it is. We can see, there you go, that little rock there, which kind of looks like a castle on the sea. It is absolutely magnificent. I have visited this place countless times. I think that the best place, if you want to visit the Mont Saint-Michel, I think that the best time is probably in November, because this is quite exceptional. This is the live weather at 4 p.m. yesterday in Brittany and in France, but normally we don't really have this kind of weather. That's probably because it's August. August is kind of like the best time to visit, but normally it's usually overcast and gray and raining, so that's not really what we have. I like that little rock that we can see in front of the Mont Saint-Michel. Normally at low tide, it's actually possible to walk from the Mont Saint-Michel to that little island that we could see. But the game doesn't feature any tides, unfortunately, so I think that it's always high tide in the Flight Simulator. I hope that this is something that will be changing in the future. Anyway, we are now flying overland, and this is the Cotentin Peninsula. I'm looking at Normandy here, the Norman countryside, where you have so many delicious cheeses and butter, and it's overall a great place for food. If you are a foodie, you definitely want to try Normandy and try some of the delicious cheeses like Pour l'Évêque or Camembert, which of course are very smelly. It's not for all kinds of stomachs, but still nevertheless very interesting. Oh, we could see Jersey Island on the other side. I think I'm gonna have to make a video one day going to the Channel Islands and trying to see if we can see the airport where I'm going to go there. No, we can't really see it. Anyway, you can see that it's going really quick. We can already see the shoreline on the other side. Of course, I'm editing the video, putting up the map here on the side to show you exactly where we are now over Normandy, where we are going. You can see that we are flying over the Cotentin Peninsula, almost at the limit of the peninsula here, kind of inland, and we are heading towards the shore. You can see that this little, this is going to be, there's a little hump here, and this is why I'm turning the plane now, because I want to go towards that little hump, because this is where Omaha Beach is going to be located. What you can see over there is Utah Beach. Utah Beach is kind of on my 10 when the shore tends to be going up north, and you can see the double river mouth, which is going to make the limit between Utah Beach and Omaha Beach is going to be on my 12, just dead ahead. That's where Omaha Beach starts. And yeah, it's amazing to be able to go to these places. Especially, I know that a lot of people, this place has become a pilgrimage for a lot of people who want to go follow the footsteps of their grandparents or parents. And right now we can't do that because of the ongoing situation. And I think that Flight Simulator is a fantastic way of traveling around the world, going to places that you would have gone to, but you can't really go to. It's a great substitute, and for you guys, I'm trying to recreate that experience that you could have had, but unfortunately is not possible to have that. For those of you who are wondering, before I moved to Taiwan, I used to own my own company. I had a touring company, and I was going. My cars were going to this area very often. This was one of my main tours, driving from Paris all the way to the Normandy D-Day beaches, and I'm really excited to be kind of recreating this experience with you guys today. All right, we're going to start diving now because we're a little bit high and we can't really see so much. You can see that the altitude is starting to peak now. Omaha Beach is dead ahead. It is well, it's basically this line that you can see here between the sea and the land, and we are going to now start to make a right turn as we keep on diving. You can see that the speed of the plane is starting to be a little bit epic. That's also something that I wanted to see. It's kind of like recreating also the maneuvers that the planes were doing in June 1944, and I kind of want to feel a little bit of that thrill as well. Of course, the situation is not nearly the same, right? Unfortunately, it appears that once more there are going to be only high tides, so we won't be able to see the actual beach, but that's okay. We'll still follow the shoreline. Nevertheless, we can see the beach. We're going to pretend that it's high tide, right? We're going to present this. So everything, all that shoreline here is where the fighting used to take place. Imagine that there were about 2,000 German here soldiers garrisoned in the bunkers that was scattered here on the coast. And you can see that little just on top of my wing here is where you have the American cemetery of Colleville-sur-Mer, which is where you have about 20,000 American tombs here, which are located in that cemetery. And all of these brave American soldiers were buried here after the war, where they are resting in peace, where they were here to save or way of life. You can see there's a little harbor here, and this is Port-en-Bessin, a nice little fishing harbor. I can recognize everything here. That's amazing. It is exactly how it is. I have been there so many times. If you want to eat amazing Norman food here, I highly recommend the mussels with Norman cream here. You can find Norman mussels with Norman cream at any of the little restaurants by the harbor. If you go also during the scallop season, you can eat some delicious scallops here because they also fish them in the area. You can have, and it's usually cheap, right? Because the restaurants just buy the scallops at the harbor whenever they come back from fishing. So amazing! This is really an amazing area, an amazing experience that you can have. If we continue further up the shore, we are going to get to Arromanches, which is where you have kind of like a memorial and a museum at the same time. And you also have Longues-sur-Mer, which is just below me on those fields that you can see under my wing, is where you can find some actual pieces of German artillery that are located there. And they basically have, some of them are still intact, some of them of course have been destroyed. And there was an interesting story with those pieces of artillery, because there were a couple of British destroyers that were actually shooting at them, and the artillery were trying to find them, but because of the fog, the artillery had no idea where the destroyers were, but the destroyers know exactly where the artillery was because planes were able to do some reconnaissance in advance. As we continue further down the line is where you are going to have Juno Beach and Sword Beach as well. Alright guys, so unfortunately as of right now, this first iteration of Flight Simulator, we can't really see the actual beaches because there's no low tide, everything is high tide, but this is something that I really hope one day, as we get more sceneries, as the dev refine the game world, is something that we're going to see in the future, because we do have already some landmarks, we do already have some touristic destinations, and I think that this is something that a lot of people would like to see in the future. Anyway guys, now it is time to head towards Caen, because we can hear that there's a little alert here. The beep 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 means that I am running low on fuel. I have consumed a little bit more fuel than I had anticipated, so we are not going to take any chances. I'm just going to land because actually I have no idea how much fuel I have left on in my plane. I think that the fuel gauge is located under the map, so we're not going to take any chances. Where is the airport? I'm trying to there you go. I can see the strip there on my 11, so we're going to go right there. Already requesting landing here from the ATC. I am learning, guys. This is my second free flight ever. I've only done one free flight in the previous video that hopefully you were able to see. This is my second one, so if I made a lot of mistakes, if I don't know how to handle the ATC, if I don't know how to handle some, my lights or whatever, please forgive me. I still need to learn a lot of things. I'll be watching a lot of videos to learn more, and I hope to be reading also from your comments as well. I know that a lot of you guys are seasoned pilots, and I read a lot of comments every time I make a flight simulator video or a stream. I read a lot of comments and messages. You guys encourage me, and I really want to thank you for that. We can see the city of Caen on my 10 over there, so that's kind of like the airport. It's like a regional airport if you want to go there, and I'll try to position the plane as well as possible. I think I was a little bit too much on the side. Where is it? Where am I supposed to land? Is it on this side? And this is my bad, guys. As I was recording this video, I didn't know if I had to land on this side, on the other side, so well, I decided to land here anyway, because I'm afraid that we are really going to run out of fuel, and that would be a very unfortunate way to end this video. So we'll try my best. I know I'm kind of on the side here. It is looking pretty bad. Reducing speed here as much as possible. We are going to get a little bit closer to about 65 knots, which is what they told us to do in the tutorial, but I am totally off the runway. All right, looks like we're about to make a nice tight turn. Is it gonna be a good landing? All right, let's flare the plane, and about to touch down very soon. Oh my goodness, that's actually quite decent. The approach was absolutely terrible, but look at that. What do you know? And sometimes I even impress myself, eh? Anyway, I think that I have completely not followed the rules, but that's gonna be it. We made a safe landing, and a safe landing is always a good landing because we didn't die, right? Anyway, guys, I hope that you enjoyed today's content. If you want to see more of these videos, don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons, as it really helps this channel a lot. I hope that that you enjoyed visiting the shores of France. If you want to see more tours, I'll be delighted to make some more. We can also visit Champagne next time. That's also a region that I know very well. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. This is the Eradicator, and I'll see you guys later.